Hello and welcome guys to the stream. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm just listening to the driver briefing for the next, I don't know, 10 minutes, and then we will be on to the practice session and then into qualifying. The practice session will probably have 10 minutes left by the time we are done driver briefing. Let me just change this so it actually captures AC too. There we go. And there we go. If you're guys are looking at the lap times, as you see, the track is now fast. We did our lap time on green track, which is obviously a bit slower, so I'm not sure what the pace is like. So we'll wait and see what our pace is like because I have no idea what it's going to be like. Hondas are very quick here, quickest car here. So it will be interesting to see what we can do. But yeah, these four Hondas will no doubt be top four. And then it'll be interesting to see who's next. We've got Dalking racing this week. Barton as well, who we used to race on Xbox. So it'll be interesting to see what happens today. And we'll see what kind of results we can get. Oh. There we go. Just do a quick test. There we go. Chat seems to be working. Right, I'm just going to listen to the driver briefing for a few minutes, and then we will be back and do a bit of practice, and then we will be going into qualifying. So just back in maybe 7 minutes, something like that. It won't be long for a driver briefing, and then we'll have about 10 minutes practice and then into qualifying. Catch you guys in a bit. And we are back, guys. It's not capturing my game for some reason. There we go. Hopefully that's all working. If anyone's in the chat, if they can just let me know it's all working, that would be fantastic. And just waiting on my teammate to join the voice chat. Should be good to go. Bit push to talk on. Track is fast, so I'll be able to go out, improve my lap time a bit. We've got 13 minutes left. Track will probably go optimum before the end of practice. We've got a few minutes left, and then we will be into quali. 15-minute Spa. 32 cars, I believe, signed up. So will be interesting to see what qualifying's like. We've got 32 in the lobby. I mean, there's always chance that someone joins late, but I think that's everyone that's racing tonight. Uh, 33 now. That's probably Luciano joining, I would think. Assume that's probably him in now. I'm not sure though. Right. Porsche feels nice here. It feels really nice to drive. Just the Honda's definitely the quickest here, but the Porsche is so very competitive here, especially on hot lap pace. I'm not sure what cars will be quick in the race, with it only being an hour race. I don't think the Hondas will struggle like on tyre wear if they change tyres at the pit stop. But it will be interesting to see, because the Hondas are very, very quick, especially on hot lap. But apparently they don't have the best tyre wear. But since it's only half an hour, since it's only an hour race, if you pit for new tyres halfway through, you're only doing like half an hour on one set of tyres. So I don't think the Hondas will really struggle for tyres. Hi Luciano, how's it going? Yeah, good. Pace is alright. I did my lap on a green track and it's gone fast now, so pace is a little bit slower, but did a 2:18.9 on a green track. I think Dal King did his on a a fast track, and he's like 4 tenths quicker, maybe 4.5. And then there's no Dal King, sorry. Boothby's 1.8 seconds quicker. Yeah, the 4 quickest people tonight are in Hondas. I honestly, I think there's the 2 of the Honda drivers are slightly slower than the other 2, but it's just so quick here. For turn 1, if you use 44 brake bias and 2 TC, works really well. Yeah, for the brake bias for the rotation, and then the 2 TC for the acceleration. Quali's the same. The race setup is the quali setup we made last night with the correct fuel load and a few changes just so it didn't understeer, because I tried it with 60 litres and it did a wheelie at Radeon, so I changed a few things. It's not completely gone, but it's not as bad. It's manageable. It's probably slightly safer than the quali setup because it's a bit heavier. It's in the Discord. I can't actually remember the password, and I'm also streaming, so I can't really say the password. Now let's see what kind of lap time we can do on a fast track. This lap was very slow. I made a number of mistakes, but I will push on the next. Oh, and it's involved there. I'll push on the next one and see what kind of lap time we can do. But yeah, will be interesting to see. 33 guys driving tonight, so be interesting to see. It should be a dry race, it says. Forecast is dry. I know, it's just crazy. Alright, let's go for another lap. I do 3 laps with like 0.1 meters left. Oh, pain. TC down to 2. And brake bias down to 44. I just do it going into the last chicane before I start my quali lap. .44 for turn 1, and then 48.2 for the rest of the lap. Yep. If it's optimum and you have a lot of grip, you can turn TC2 off, but I find it slides too much with the setup if you turn TC2 off. Man, I'm validated at 4/10 up. Let's try to get a good lap together. Everyone's improving their laps. Need to actually get a good one together. Got a lot of time in the lap now that it's fast track and not green, so just need to get a lap together and see what kind of pace we are compared to everyone else. Most of the other drivers will be on qualifying pace now as well. A few will maybe be on race fuel and just be sandbagging, but most of them are on quali fuel, I would say. 5 minutes left of free practice, then a 15-minute quali session.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Five tenths up, not bad. Still quite a bit of time on the lap, but it's not too bad. Oh, that was terrible pull on, very wide. Still gained a little bit of time, but that's just the track conditions. That was a rubbish line. Definitely feel a little bit more grip. Still a bit slidey compared to optimum track, but more grip than the green track. Okay, 6.5 tenths up. Need to get a good final chicane because I lost quite a bit of time on the final chicane. Oh, I touched the grass on entry. Oh, I didn't even have enough
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
fuel. Yeah, I have 0.1 litre going into the first corner of the next lap after 3 flying laps. So I must just use a little bit less fuel than you. Well, I'm... Oh wow. That Porsche is quick. 17.4 on a fast track. And then a 17.6 on a fast track by the other Porsche. I've got a decent amount of time in my lap, but I don't think I've got... How much quicker is he than me? 7... Like 9 tenths. He's like 9 tenths quicker than me. I don't think I've got 9 tenths. I definitely got a few tenths in the lap, but I don't think I've got 9 tenths. I don't... Fast track 18.2. But the Porsche guy, he's purple in sector 1. But then the Porsche is really good in... Sorry. The middle sector, the Porsche is purple in. And then one of the Hondas is purple in Wait, what? That Honda that's P2 is 5 tenths... No, sorry, 4 tenths quicker than Boothby in the first sector. Leslie. 4 tenths quicker in the first sector. He must be running like 0 wing, because the first sector is literally turn 1, and then you don't brake until until sector 2. There's only 1 braking in sector 1. How is he 4 tenths quicker? That's insanely quick for a sector. He's 6 tenths. Yeah, it is definitely. But yeah, he's 6 tenths quicker than me in the first sector. That's insane. Middle sector, he's also quick. The Porsche guy's the quickest in the middle sector, and then the final sector, Boothby's purple. So that's kind of what I expected, the Hondas to be quick in first and second sector, because it's basically straights and 1 or 2 braking. Like sector 2 has 1 braking zone, sector 1 has 1 braking zone. Apart from that, it's pretty much just straights and flowing corners. That's where Honda's quick. But the middle sector, that's where the Porsche's good, because it's got the rotation and like the hairpins and stuff. Oh yeah, we'll struggle in the race. But if it's just Hondas we struggle against, then we'll be alright. Nice. Nice one. Yeah, it's just getting the lap together. Oh, it's 3 seconds left of free practice. Why am I going out on track? I didn't actually check how long was left before I went out there. Right, new set of tyres. Have a good quality, mate. And might need to adjust tyre pressures, because this was for the hot lap server as well, remember. So you might need to adjust them, but we'll see. Also, Whitburn isn't racing. The Honda Whitburn. The Audi one is. But he was in the practice server, wasn't he? The Honda one, so I'm surprised he's not racing. But yeah, Honda's definitely quickest. It'll be interesting for quali with optimum track what the times are like. Definitely expect Boothby on pole with possibly a 2:14. Because I was in the practice server with him today and he did a 2:15.0, so you could expect a 2:14 pole. Yeah, it should be optimum track. I'd be surprised if it isn't, because it's been at optimum pretty much every week, hasn't it? Oh yeah, well last week was optimum track, I think. It might start fast and then go optimum, I'm not sure. It's a 9 AM start, and the race is an 8 AM start. So Hopefully it shouldn't be a night race like it was last time. Because last time it was a night race. Okay, fast track, 20 degrees. Hopefully it goes optimum. Just make sure you're out on track in the final minutes, so that if it goes optimum with like 1 minute left, you can do a lap on the optimum track. So just make sure, like, say 5 minutes left of quali, come back to the pits, new tyres, go out again, so if it does go optimum, you take advantage of it. Right, have a good quali, mate. Let's see what you can do. And I'll talk after quali, because I can't really do quali and press the push to talk button. I should really assign push to talk to my clutch. That would be a lot easier to hold. The clutch pedal. I never actually thought of that because I don't need it in ACC. I could just hold my clutch pedal. That would be a lot easier. Right guys, let's see what we can do for quali. It's looking like it's a fast track to start, but 34 cars, it should go up to them in a few minutes. So we'll see what we can do and see if we can get a good lap together. Obviously 34 cars, there's going to be a decent amount of traffic and it's going to be quite competitive. Drivers like George Boothby, one of the best in the world, on the grid as well. Today he's most definitely getting pole unless he makes a big mistake or something like that on his laps. Expect a 2:15 from him if it goes optimum. Possibly even a 2:14. And Dalking's also racing today. Another very popular, I think he just streams on YouTube. Very popular ACC streamer though. So he's also racing with us. He was signed up for the entire championship, but he didn't race the first 2 rounds, so I'm assuming he maybe had some scheduling conflicts with other events, or he wasn't able to make the races. Right. Remember TC2 and brake bias 44 for turn 1. You don't have to, I just find it quicker. And remember to straight line this exit because you gain half a tenth. Shouldn't have stamped on the throttle with 2 TC. What? Next lap invalidated? No way. Just invalidated my first lap. I didn't even get a good exit.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
Nearly spun on the final corner because I stamped on the throttle on TC1 and it invalidated my first lap.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Yeah. You a bit of a toe. My lap swap invalid. There you go. Just a little bit. Just giving Luciano a bit of a tool there because I invalidated my lap. Well, the game invalidated it. I didn't cut the corner, it just decided I got too good an exit and I must have cut the final corner. But oh well. Tires weren't up to pressure on that outlap anyways, so it doesn't matter too much. TC2 for the whole lap doesn't feel too bad, to be honest. It's just a bit sketchy he saw on the throttle. Right, let's go for our first flying lap and hopefully the game doesn't invalidate us this time. Copy that. Bit of a slide there. Track definitely still fast conditions.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
Pain. Luciano just invalidated that one. Doesn't surprise me. Luciano was just saying there. Oh, invalid.
Yellow
Really?
flag in sector 2.
Bithby had done a 216 flat, I think. So not surprising too much. Oh, understeered there. Invalidated that one. I've got enough fuel for another lap, so I'll do another lap and then I'll get a fresh set of tyres for the rest of the session in case it goes optimal.
Yellow flag, be careful there. Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
Oh, I invalidated that radion. That's so annoying. Halfway through qualifying and I don't have a valid lap. That's not good. Dalking 217.2. Agreed. And I think it's possible, right? Based on the current times, I think it's possible to get top 5. But I need to actually get a valid lap. Can't see. Alright, let's see what we can do here. I'm a bit disappointed that I invalidated, but oh well. Still got plenty of time. Oh, come on, that was very slow. I just slightly cut the line at Radion. And the other one going through that
Car on the left.
the final left-hander of sector 2, just before the right-hander, I clipped the grass and it invalidated immediately. So yeah, I've got to get a valid lap. I'll probably do a banker lap first and then push, because if I don't get a quality lap and start P34, that's going to be really bad. Beppy would definitely fire me.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Right, put the brake bias down. Go for a flying lap. Just going to use it as a banker, not push too hard, because I need to make sure I have a valid lap by the end of qualifying, because I've invalidated my first 3. So really important now. Need to good gap.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
Game invalidated my lap, come on. Yeah, that's the same exit I've been doing in practice. That's not... Why is it invalidating it now? It was literally... I did that same line in practice, I don't understand. And it was in the server as well I did that. Pretty sure I did it in the practice session and it was fine. It's weird. Basically the game is thinking that I've got such a good exit out the final corner that I must have cut the final corner to have that good speed crossing the start finish line. But actually everyone does that and just goes wide before they start their lap, and I don't know why it's invalidating it for me today. Because it gains you like half a tenth, so everyone, well, most people that know that you can do that use it. And I used it in the practice session of this very server, so and it didn't invalidate, so I don't understand why it's having a problem with it now. It's weird, but oh well. Still got time for 2 flying laps after this, I think. Or maybe 1, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to get 1 lap of quali. I'm going to get 1 qualifying lap. 1 qualifying lap, and I'm P32 right now. Got to love a challenge. Yeah, we're going to get 1 qualifying lap. I don't know.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
This is going to be a super slow lap, guys, but I need it valid. Otherwise I'm starting last. Can't afford to push it and invalidate it. Track's still fast.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Just being a bit more cautious because, like I say, if I invalidate this lap, I'm starting last. I don't know why the game kept invalidating my laps for getting a good exit, but it's just one of those things. It's maybe a bit glitchy today, I don't know. Man, this is such a slow lap. Tad disappointing. But I couldn't afford to push on this lap because I do not want to start last. Oh my goodness.
Session is now over.
3 seconds off. What a rubbish lap. 3 seconds. Nice lap, Luciano. But yeah, I just could not push on that final lap, because if I invalidated it, that would have been quali over. So I had to take it easy, but that's disappointing. That is very disappointing. Track did go optimum at the end. I had a lot of pace in that lap as well. Well, judging by practice, so that's a bit disappointing, but oh well. No. Did you practice spit entry? What a terrible quali for me. It goes optimum right at the end, and I missed going out right at the end, and then I don't know what was going on with the game. I only got one valid lap that entire session. I kept, you know, how in the practice session I was going wide for the final corner so you get the good exit. It invalidated me twice for doing that, and then I invalidated 2 laps on my own, so that was 4 laps. So I only got one lap. So annoying. At least it's P16, so it could have been worse, but it's 3.2 seconds off because that was super slow. 2/10. Goodness me. 2/10 quicker and Luciano would have been P9. Right. No. Tire pressure should be fine. 60 litres, make sure it's the first set of tyres, and brake pads 1. TC2, put it on 1 or 2, whatever your personal preference is. If it's and TC, normal TC I've got on 3 for race. But oh well. We're one behind the other as well, so don't take each other out. Let's fly through the luge will be mayhem, but we probably have an alright line for it, to be honest, being on this side of the track, but you know, we'll see how we get on. But yeah, that was a bit disappointing quali, that I got all those laps involved and then you didn't get a lap on optimum, but oh well. We will see what we can do. I'm just glad I didn't start last, to be honest. If I had invalidated that final lap, I would have been starting last. That would have been horrible. But oh well. Right guys, let's see what we can do today and try and recover it in the race, because again, quali was terrible. Just like last week. But let's try and make it up in the race, and hopefully we don't get taken out, because last week we got the I think it was, we got tagged twice in the hairpin, and then we got tagged once on the other hairpin, and then I got drive-through, so the race went bad. But hopefully this week we can get a good race together and try and make it up. But yeah, a bit disappointing that quali went so bad there. I don't really know what was going on with getting a good exit out the final corner and it invalidating it, but we'll just have to do what we can, because we only got 1 lap there, so I had to take it easy, because if we pushed on that final lap and I invalidated it again, then that would have been me starting P34 or P35, and I couldn't risk that, so I just had to take the final lap easy. And thankfully we're starting P16, so we've still got a shot at getting to the top 10, which isn't too bad considering how bad that quali went. And we've got Luciano right in front of us, who could definitely have gone P9, but I don't think he was able quite to get. I think he said he lost time on one of the sectors. Tyres should be absolutely fine. It's 18 degrees. Should not get much wear. I'm going to swap them, yeah. But I don't think there'll be much of a drop off in half an hour with 18 degree track temp. But it might be fast for the first bit of the race, and it's also, you slide around a lot. So if you slide around a lot and you're overtaking and that, which it could mean that the tyre wear is quite high, but we'll see. With the 18 degree track temp, I don't think it should be too bad though. All the Hondas are in front of us anyway, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about straight line speed. Just try and stick with someone in front of you as much as you possibly can, because as soon as you are not in the slipstream of someone, you will get absolutely hammered on the Sector 1 and Sector 3 just because of the Porsche straight line speed. But I watched Boothby and his straight line speed was about 6 kilometers faster, because we hit what, 260 at the end of the Camel Straight, and he hit 266 or 67 when I was watching him, so he might be a little bit faster. But yeah, the Porsche's good on acceleration and torque. That's why it's good in Sector 2. It's the after you accelerate and as you approach your top speed, that's where the Honda comes in, just on the straights. But the Porsche is strong in Sector 2. It's definitely good in Sector 2. It's just the Sector 1 is basically Illusion Radeon. You don't have to turn much, so it's basically one massive straight apart from turn 1. And then Sector 3 is pretty much a massive straight with a little bit of a kink in it, a little bit of a bend, and the final chicane. So yeah, if you are looking for an overtake, your best place is to try and send it in Sector 2. But yeah, let's just try to survive Sector 1 this first lap, because it will be chaotic. Yeah, if you hit the wall at Radeon or Rouge at any point in this race, you're pretty much out, because you lose your steering. So it's high risk. It depends which way you hit it. Porsche's rear engine, so usually your engine's alright. But yeah, sometimes it damages the engine. Yes, with our luck, then yes, the chances of breaking the engine are very high. My tires are really cold, but I don't want to put any wear on them trying to heat them up on the outlap. You lose all the temperature whilst you're waiting for green lights anyway, so I don't see any point heating them up. Just do Kimi Räikkönen and just drive in a straight line on warm-up lap. Surely they're going to go double file in a minute, because there's 35 cars to line up double file. There we go. Don't jump start, but try get the best start you can. Horse is really good on acceleration. Yeah, if you can avoid braking, you'll gain a lot of time on the Camel Straight. If you can just lift. Right guys, let's see what we can do. Yeah, you too.
Green light, green light. Go, go, go. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Watch, watch, watch.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I got rammed. I got rammed. I'm stuck in the middle of the track. Down to last. Oh, come on.
Right. There's a slow car ahead.
Down to last place, mate, and damaged. Second last. Goodness sake.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
Oh, this is carnage. 5 seconds of bodywork damage. Why are you defending, mate? Literally just spun out in front of me. And then defends into the hairpin. Okay, this is going to be a recovery race now. Down to P31, lap 1.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Now it's fight through the field from P31. What is this Aston doing? I'm pretty sure that's the one that took me out on lap 1. Oh, come on. This is ridiculous. He, like, completely misses his braking
Car on the left.
into the S and then
Clear on
ends
the
up
left.
3 wide.
Car on
Come
the
on,
right.
6 seconds of bodywork damage. I haven't even survived the first lap.
Clear on the right.
Right, need to make up some positions now.
Car on the right.
And try not get any more bodywork damage because Porsche straight line speed is bad enough as it is without getting bodywork damage.
Car on the left. Clear
Just
on the
need to
left.
make up these positions as quickly and as efficiently as humanly possible. Very gutting though that we got taken out like that. But because I got spun and then was sat in the middle of the track, I had to wait until everyone passed me because I was on the racing line, so I couldn't get out of the way. Because I would have just driven in front of someone else, so I basically just had to wait for everyone to pass and go down to last place. But it's a bit gutting because I was hoping to get back into the top 10. And we actually got a fairly good start as well. Got a really good start. And then both me and Luciano were on the inside. I backed out. Aston was on my outside. He went a bit slow, which was absolutely fine. It's first lap. Better be safe than sorry. And then the guy behind me just did not brake early enough. Probably trying to make up some positions there. Went straight into the back of me. And spun me around. And it's now not the first time either. Because last week I also got hit in the rear. Similar thing, someone sends it on the inside behind me. I brake early because I'm going to side by side and I get taken out. It's very, very frustrating. But we just have to push anyway and try and make up as many positions as we can, despite the bodywork damage and all the time we lost. At least the tyres haven't been destroyed from it, because it was a very low speed spin. If that had been on Radeon, then it would have been a disaster. Since it was such a slow corner, it didn't really affect my tyres, it's just a big chunk of bodywork damage is all.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I really hope that everyone doesn't defend on me, because that Aston on the first few laps was trying to defend and it's so annoying.
Well done, mate. It was
Especially when you're significantly quicker and you've just been taken out lap 1.
car on the left.
I'm just trying to overtake as many people as I possibly can just now.
Clear on the left.
Just backed out there, didn't want to be side by side through there. 54 minutes, we've got time. But yeah, if anyone's just joined the stream, we basically got taken out on lap 1, down at second last place. So we're just trying to recover as much as we can, but we do have a bit of bodywork damage. But yeah, bit cutting. I just don't want to get stupid and start sending silly moves and end up in another incident.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Because if I get spun round again, it's pretty much game over. So I've got to try and overtake these guys as quickly as possible without losing too much time. Beauty. Round the outside at the chicane. Corsa is just phenomenal on the brakes there. You can send it so late. My lap times are absolutely rubbish, but I cannot get a good lap together whilst we're trying to overtake everyone. There's about 4 cars in front of us, as you can see, and then there's a good few seconds to another group of cars, as you can see on the mini-map. Even with the bodywork damage, at least we get some slipstream, which is helping us on the straight. Brake as late as possible. He's going to outbrake himself, surely. Nope. Very nicely done there. Just don't really want to be losing this much time whilst battling. But yeah, at least there seems to be, judging by the mini-map, some groups of cars, so as long as they don't separate too much, we should be alright. Just each of these little battles just costs us a little bit of time. Even though we qualified a lot further up the road to these guys, they're still allowed to defend because they're still fighting for position. Even though we were ahead of them and we got spun round, it's they still have every right to be defensive because they're still fighting for position. We just want to try and get past without losing us a bunch of time, that's all. Oh, that was close. I was a bit late on the brakes there. I thought I was going to take out that Porsche. That was a close call. That would have just added insult to injury if I took out someone. I would also feel really bad. Oh, someone died at Radion, surely. How are you getting on, Luciano? Oh, pile up. 2 guys off. I'm not sure if they were back markers or not. Oh, come on, come on. 2 in 1. 2 for the price of 1. 3 wide. Oh, come on. Can we get 2 into 1? Yes, let's go. We just got a fantastic exit of Radeon. I think those 2 guys slowed down because of that crash, and we were able just to slipstream them on the straight and get past nice and easy. If anyone's in the chat, I have not got any chat messages on my thing, so I'm not sure if it's broken or if there just isn't anyone in the chat. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if my chat box is working tonight. But that is up 10 positions up to 21st from 31st. So not too bad. Let's keep pushing. Alright, that's fine then, Aztec. I just wasn't sure if someone was talking and it wasn't coming through, that's all. At least we made up 10 positions from lap 1. So we just need to try and make up some more positions and not bin it. Thanks everyone for tuning into the stream, hope you're all doing well. And let's see what kind of recovery drive we can get today after that disastrous qualifying session and then getting taken out on lap 1. 10 positions in 4 laps isn't too bad, but the field is starting to separate now and the next positions will be a lot harder. But if you look on the mini-map, it seems to be like there's like groups of like 3 to 5 cars up in front, and everyone, as soon as people start battling, they all seem to be bunching up, so that's good if we can try catch those groups of cars. See, like that, going too wide at Radeon and a luge just costs you so much time. Big mistake by the Lamborghini there. Should be able to get past them going into here. Got so much more speed out of Radeon. So I'll have to go side by side into here, but I'd be very surprised if he tries to stay on the outside there. Now we need to try and get some good laps in, because as soon as we get clean air we really need to just push as soon as we get in some clean air so that we can gain some of this lost time. Because as you can see, we're 5 seconds behind that Porsche P17 side door, and I think he's got a few cars in front of him, and then there's another group of cars, so be interesting to see how pit stops go as well. Pit stops could play a big part of this. Up to P20 now though with that move on the Lamborghini. Didn't really have to work too hard for it, he just made a bit of a mistake on Radeon. See if we can get this Audi and then the Aston. And it's 5 seconds to that Porsche. We'll have to put in some good lap times, because right now our pace is rather slow. 219s. Really want to be 217s or low 218s race pace, to be honest. Not sure if the track is still fast though, because that could play a part of the pace, but it's still definitely quite a bit slower than we should be. It is optimum now, so yeah, our pace should be a lot better than it is. That may have been a track limit warning. Nope. Oh, yep, it was just took a wee while. Just a slight cut. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry Audi. I'm not sure if he was really early or if I was really late or both. I thought I braked around my usual braking point, but really went at the back of him there. Corsa is a lot better on the brakes than the Audi, so it could just be that we both braked at our normal point. And Corsa is just can take a bit more speed into it, I'm not sure. At least there wasn't a collision there. Very close to being one though. Need to pass this Audi as quick as possible though. Get a bit of slipstream, probably get this Audi into the final chicane, shall we? Get out the slipstream going into this fast left-hander. You do not want to be in the dirty air here. Oh, not close enough to send it in the chicane. Maybe get him into turn 1 though. Don't want to go too wide into Radion on the luge though. That is rather horrible. Just costs you a big load of time. Be close enough here. Try and make sure we don't get too much dirty air going through Radion. The luge is fine, it's just going up the top part at Radion. Don't think we're close enough to get any dirty air. Nope. Got a good exit though, bit of slipstream. Will we get close enough by the end of the straight? I don't think so. Certainly gaining on him, but not close enough. He's definitely earlier on the brakes. Good exit on him.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag, be careful there.
Okay, just a back marker. P19, there we go. About a second to that Aston Martin. That was a bit early on the brakes by me there. Get the Aston as quick as we can. And then we'll have to really push to catch the cars up in front because yeah, there's quite a gap to them. Nearly 5 seconds. Oh, sorry. 6.5 seconds from us, 5 seconds from the Aston Martin there. So we really need to get some good pace. Only about 11 minutes till the pit stop here. Some of the cars up in front starting to get bunched up and possibly start battling. Oh, bit of wheel spin. Careful for track limits there. Really, I lifted off the throttle. Gotta be careful now. Do not want to end up on 3 track limit warnings. After this Aston though, we've got 3 cars up in front that are battling, which is good. We could potentially still end up where we qualified. Even though our qualifying was rubbish, we could potentially still end up finishing the race where we qualified. But yeah, do have to be careful for those track limits now. The ones we've got haven't been massive ones either, it's just gaining tiny bits of time. Like that left-hander there, I only just went over the track limits and I did lift off the throttle a bit. But, yeah. What's annoying is you do that and I maybe gained maybe a 10th at most on that left-hander there where I got the track limit warning. But I'll get the exact same warning if I was to like cut one of the corners deliberately. Sometimes you maybe get 2 actually, but some corners you can properly cut and you'll only get 1 warning. So yeah. Oh, Luciano's also on 3 track cuts. I'm on 2. I keep getting silly ones. Like in that left-hander, I got one. Oh wow, I nearly got one there just after you said Rouge. Just a bit of understeer. Seven seconds away from the guys in front, that is a massive gap. So unlucky we got spun out on lap 1 as well. Might have actually been a good trying to fight through the field with Luciano, but well, just one of those things. Down to 5.8 seconds to the guys in front. Look like they've had a swap of positions, so definitely fighting a bit. How's your fuel consumption? Oh, I looked at the mini-map, I thought you'd already gone past the race, sorry. Copy that.
There's a car leaving the pit lane, watch out.
The front is lifting at Radion. What position are you? Nice. Luciano fighting for P7. Which is very nice. Great, you're fighting for P7 though. I'm afraid I couldn't join you. I was hoping to be able to fight with Luciano and get through the field, but it's what it is. Could be tyre wear. But yeah, I'm getting a bit of understeer as well. I've got 3 laps of fuel left, 5 minutes, so I think fuel consumption's alright. Should be fine to fill up 60 litres. I'm finally in clean air, so I'm going to wait until I've got like 1 lap of fuel left. I've been in dirty air the first 20 minutes trying to battle through people. So I'm enjoying the bit of clean air whilst it lasts. Pace is dropping now we're in the clean air as well. Copy. Done. Luciano fighting for P7 though, which is really nice. Just be careful on that pit exit, mate. It's very sketchy on cold tyres.
Well done, mate. That's my best.
I'm going to do 2 more laps then pit, because I am really enjoying the clean air. Actually get some pace. So annoying, I was hoping to fight for a top 10 with you, but is what it is. I got up to P18. From P31 isn't bad, but still annoying that I got spun again 2 weeks in a row. Same thing. I go slow because the guy in front of me is trying to overtake, and I'm trying to overtake, so I go slow because I'm on the inside, and then the guy behind sends it on the inside line to overtake and then takes me out. 2 weeks in a row, getting a bit annoying. Just one of those things, it's racing at the end of the day. It's just a bit frustrating when it's 2 weeks in a row. You'll get him near the end then. Did he miss his pit box? Nice one. I gained a bunch of time on the cars in front. Awesome, mate. New tyres, yeah? Nice one. Keep it up. We're going to do 1 more lap, guys, and then we'll pit for some fuel and fresh tyres. Just wanted to really take full advantage of this clean air whilst we had it. My pace isn't good. Got a bit damaged, but it's what it is. Not going to bother repairing the damage, to be honest. Absolutely no point. Won't gain the 6 seconds back before the end of the race. Probably just end up in dirt air. Because if I pit, I'm going to end up behind people. Oh, the car's doing a wheelie over Radion. That is really scary. Low fuel and it does a wheelie. That is super sketchy. The BMW, it bottomed out. The Porsche's wheeling. The BMW, remember, the rear of the car was too soft, so it was bottoming out. But the Porsche, it's actually doing a wheelie. You can feel the front wheels have no sealing when you go over the curb at Radion. Oh, something happened to Barton. Although he has done his pit stop, so maybe that's why he's further behind. We haven't pitted yet. Pit stop takes a huge amount of time at this track. Right, pit at the end of this lap, I think, guys. Just be glad you're in the top 10, mate. Just be careful you don't get track limit. Just be glad you didn't get taken out on lap 1. Right, I've not practiced pit lane entry, so this could be sketchy.
Keep pushing.
Well, I've driven in the pit lane before, but I've not practiced for this race in the Porsche, so this could be sketchy. Not going to change the damage either, guys, just fresh set of tyres and fuel. Don't want to waste the time. Don't want to waste the time. Because it's 6 seconds of damage. I'm not going to make up 6 seconds in half a race. Thanks, Element Future. I will try and get a bit of a better synth. To be honest, it wasn't that bad after getting taken out to recover. That wasn't actually too bad a recovery. It's just a bit frustrating, you know, that we got spun round. Well, quali was so bad. That was a disaster of a qualifying with all those laps getting invalidated. And it was just a bit gutting that we got spun out on lap 1. And exact same incident that happened last week where we were a bit slow because we are overtaking or we've got someone on the outside, so we play it safe. And then guy behind sends it on the inside to overtake someone and then hits us. Just same story, different week, but just one of those things. It's racing. Hopefully next week we don't get taken out and we'll just see what we can do. But yeah, I was really hoping to be driving with Luciano and fight for the top 10, so just one of those things at the end of the day. But yeah, need to set up your HUD thing as well, by the way, Element Feature. I've been rather busy, but I really want to get that set up as soon as I can. How are you doing, Element Feature? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Come on. Do not get overtaken by this Aston, please. Ah, perfect, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, that was a bad pit lane exit. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, I'm not going to get out of it. Oh, that's pain. Wonder if he changed tyres. I don't think he did. He gained quite a bit of time. Because I was ahead of him, I believe, before the pit stops. I wonder if he didn't change his tyres. I mean, you're driving the Aston, which is really good on tyres, so I wouldn't be surprised that if he didn't change tyres. How did your race go, Element Feature? The Paul Ricard one? Have you done it already, or is it next week? I can't remember. I feel like I have so much grip with these fresh tyres. Oh, why is that? Did the race not go very well, or what happened? I'll have a look on the camel straight. Can't really read the chat for a second.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh man, this is going to cost me time. P20 to P17, nice one. Oh, stewarding. Stewarding is a difficult job, not gonna lie. Can be fun, but it's difficult.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Just getting a bit of toe off that Ferrari. Sorry, didn't mean to bump him wide there. That's really good if they've got a good team for the stewarding and stuff. That makes it a lot more enjoyable. If you've got a nice community, it's a lot more enjoyable for, even if you're admin or steward or driver, if you've got a nice friendly community, it's so much more enjoyable. .4 seconds to the Aston up in front. This Aston's getting a bit slipstream off me though. Gonna have to be careful into the chicane. He's most definitely gonna want that inside. So I'm just gonna take the middle line. But he's gonna have a really good straight line speed on the camel straight. Hopefully that Ferrari battles him a bit so I can get a bit of a breakaway. Don't want that Aston to be my slipstream here, but he's gonna be. I need a fantastic run through addon. He's got a bad exit out turn 1. Yeah, I don't think he's close enough. Yeah, that is very true. Much better for you, that. The more knowledge you have. That's the thing, stuff that's made for sim racers by sim racers is so much better. If you're just a company and you make an app for it, then you don't really know what sim racers want. Whereas if you have the experience of being a sim racer and knowing what's missing from other apps, then you're a lot better equipped to build a really good one. Kind of like the simulators where they do it kind of community, where they find out what the sim racing community wants, and then they build a really successful simulator that ticks all the boxes, which I believe Project Cars 1 was like that, where it was very much community minded, where they got everyone's input as to what they wanted, and then they got a really successful simulator.
Car on the left. Player on the left.
4.5 seconds to the Aston, see if we can start gaining one on the top. How far is Cider? 8.7 seconds. Yeah, AC iRacing and ACC are all really good sims. I started with Project Cars 2 on Xbox, but I never tried it on PC. I would still be on Project Cars 2 if there was esports, because I really liked it. Just because there wasn't any esports, I decided just to focus on ACC, and now I do a bit of race room as well. But only a very little bit of race room, I don't do much of it. Main focus is on ACC at the moment, and then it'll be ACC and Rensport when that comes out, because I'd quite like to see what I can do on Rensport, because that's going to have some big esports competitions, some big sponsors, so it'd be really nice to get quick on that if I could. Did sign up for the early beta, but I don't know if I'll get a key or not. It's doubtful. What position are you in, Lucian? Yeah, it did get postponed, but I'm not bothered about it being postponed. There was a few people in the Discord community that were not very happy, but I think it's actually really good that they've postponed it to make sure it's right. Obviously, it is a bit annoying if you were planning stuff for it and then it gets postponed, but I would much rather that they released a very good game and they got a good reputation immediately from their first reviews, then they release it too early when it's not finished, and then everyone hates it because it doesn't work. So I think postponing it until they know the game is right is probably their best bet, because they've got a lot of attention from the sim racing community, I think. So they really want to tick all the boxes, and if they get it right, they could get a lot of sim racers on it. So obviously, so they want to get a good reputation from the start, and that really starts with releasing the game when it's ready. Yeah, get it right in the first place. Get a good reputation from the get-go from all the big streamers, instead of releasing it before it's ready, getting a bad rep, and then having to spend a few years trying to get a good rep for the game. You do not want that at all. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I really hope we get like some LMP cars and stuff like that. That's the only thing I really miss from ACC, is some other cars and more tracks. Because apparently, I was speaking to one of my teammates, and he said that the championship that own the GT3 and GT4 and GT2 cars for ACC also have like the American touring cars. I mean, touring cars in ACC would be fantastic, and it would also be amazing if they had like LMP cars, because I really like ACC as a sim. It would just be nice to have some more cars in it, to be honest. SRO, yeah, that's what it is. I mean, if we had LMP cars in ACC for multi-class endurance racing, that would be amazing. But I don't know if SRO own any LMP championships. And also, I think there should be really some more tracks on ACC as well, because SRO race on a lot of different tracks that we don't have on the game yet, especially like Road America and Hockeyheim and stuff like that. What happened? Oh man. Luciano having trouble with back marker. You get spun, damage, lose time. Alright. Oh man. Lost position, Luciano, because of back marker, that's annoying. Yeah. But I don't know why they're spending the time on GT2 instead of touring cars. I think touring cars would be amazing. It would attract a lot of different drivers, whereas, because it's a completely different driving style, whereas I mean I could be completely wrong, but I think GT2 might be a bit like GT4. It's really nice to drive, it's really fun, but the big championships don't use them, or sometimes they use them as like a secondary car. It won't be like a main class, whereas a touring car would be a completely different class and would actually be really nice to race the touring cars. So yeah, I personally would find it amazing if they spent the time developing the touring cars instead of the GT2, but that's just my opinion. But I would definitely hoping for some new tracks on the next update, because it's also Rensport's going to be good for the other sims, because if Rensport starts taking some of the customers from the other simulators onto Rensport, then the other simulators are going to have to do stuff better, if that makes sense. So sometimes more competition makes the previous sims and that try and do better with their updates and things like that, so that could be interesting as well. But I cannot wait to try Rensport, to be honest. It looks really interesting, and I'm hoping they have like LMP cars, because I actually really like to drive LMP cars, but I don't really get the chance to with because they're not on ACC. I think there's some on Race Room, but I haven't done any championships on Race Room with LMP. I know they're on iRacing, but right now I can't really afford iRacing, just because I've got to buy a car in real life and driving lessons and stuff, and iRacing's a bit expensive. Apparently it's not bad once you get into it, it's just when you start and you have to pay £10 a track, £15 a car, etc. When you first start it's really expensive. We're also gaining on Assassin in front of us, which is nice. I wish there would be another simulator for drifting, something I enjoy as well. Yeah, the drift simulators are quite nice. I don't have a round wheel or handbrake for that, so I don't really do any drifting, but there is a few drift simulators, but not many. It would be nice to have something like ACC quality, but as a drift simulator, that would be quite nice. "15 minutes to go this race, not long. Down to 3 seconds from the Aston. He's also gaining on the Lambo in front of him. Oh yeah, just a clutch. The rally sims are... Oh my goodness, that was scary. That was literally a wheelie. I just did a wheelie on Radeon and nearly died. Luciano also did one. That was very sketchy. I could feel like I had no ceiling going up there. It just wheelied. Well, I'll look at the replay after the race. Not only of us getting taken out, but also that wheelie. T300 is nice. That's what I started with. Well, I started with the TX, which is basically the same, but the Xbox version. That's what I started with, the TX. And I started with the... Oh, collision up in front. Oh, a bunch of guys just took each other out right now. Some free positions. And some back markers. I think some back markers maybe took out some position. Oh, this could be interesting for us. Some free positions here. But yeah, I had the TX with the Ferrari 458 edition, so I used that as my round wheel for touring cars and stuff. And then I had the F1 wheel add-on, which I also used for like GT3 and all that. So I thought most of those guys that spun out there were position, but it might have just been the Audi that was for position and the two back markers, because it looked like there was 3 or 4 people made that. Oh, I was going to go outside.
Clear on the right.
My bad. He was moving out my way, but I thought he was going to follow the racing line, so I went to go to the outside. I just had to hit the brakes there, so I'm not going to the back of him there. That was my bad. He did start to brake whilst I was right behind him, but he probably expected me to go to the racing line. But I thought I would just pass him on the outside when he went back to the racing line, but my bad. Didn't lose much time to the Aston, that's the main thing. Just please don't wheelie again, Porsche. I did not want to be on 2 wheels going up the top of Radeon again, because 230 kilometers an hour, that is pretty much instant death if you go into the barrier. Steering immediately gone, and it's almost impossible to get back to the pit lane. "10 minutes to go." Not a bad recovery from getting spun round to P31, and the amount of damage we have as well. Oh, it's not showing me launch. 6 seconds, so it didn't affect us that much. Pace definitely not where I wanted it to be, but it's got it wasn't too bad a recovery so far from P31 with the damage. Just a bit annoying because I was hoping Luciano, like I say, is in the top 10 just now. He started 2 positions in front of us, like P14, P13. So we're actually where we started, but yeah, I was hoping to be fighting for the top 10 today because I had some decent pace in practice. Just quali, I don't know what happened with all those lap time validations out the final corner. I do not know what was going on there because it wasn't doing that to me in the practice session. And then I invalidated 2 laps on my own, so I ended up only getting 1 lap right at the end, and I did not want to push in case I invalidated it, and would have started P35, but then still got P16, which wasn't bad for taking it easy. And then, like I say, going into Sector 2, just got completely punted, and because I was sat on the apex, had to wait for everyone to go past down to last place I went, but at least we're back up to P16, so we still recover some points, which isn't too bad. What pedals are you running Element Feature? Because you said T300 wheel, so are you running the pedals that come with that, or are you running some different pedals? Got 9 minutes left of the race, so not that long. I think I've overfueled the car a little bit, but better safe than sorry, and to be honest, it's with it doing the wheelie going up Radion, the more fuel the better, to be honest. Ah, yeah, nice one. You can get quite a lot of mods for that pedal set, like 3D Drap and stuff. Do some mods. I bought a shifter mod for my F1 wheel add-on from 3D. No, it's 3D Wrap. Sorry, 3D Wrap, and it was actually really nice. But I'm sure they do some pedal mods for the Thrustmaster stuff. If you're ever looking to get a bit of a stiffer pedal or that. Pretty sure they're only like 30-40 quid as well, so not super expensive, but they do make a difference, I've heard. Yeah, load cells, once you get load cells you will never go back, because they're just so much better. I wouldn't say they necessarily make you quicker, but they make you way more consistent, which in turn can make you quicker. Just because you can be more consistent with your braking points, so it's easier to do the exact same braking lap after lap with load cell pedals, I find, than it was to do it with the old pedals. You just have a lot more control. So yeah, I find they made me quicker, to be honest. But yeah, I also started with the TX, and I got the rig first. Then it was the PC, then it was the pedals, then it was the wheel. That's kind of how I upgraded it. And then it was the TV. I upgraded from like a 20-year-old TV to a gaming monitor. And then I got the desk at the monitor stand. But yeah, having the rig makes it a lot more comfortable to drive in as well. Yeah, throttle's very important as well. It's very hard to modulate throttle on those pedals. The TX 458 edition pedals, that was the 2 pedal set I got. I could push the throttle pedal with my pinky. That was the amount of resistance it had. So it was very hard to modulate, and the brake wasn't much stiffer either. Whereas if you have something like Hykinsville, Fanatec, V3s, stuff like that, they're so much easier to modulate, which, if you use them right, can make you quicker. It won't instantly make you quicker having the pedals, but if you learn to use them properly for what they're good at and learn to modulate them, they do definitely help find some pace. But I think that the main thing I found was just the consistency. It's so much easier to be consistent. Tires seem to be falling off a bit, but the temperature seems fine, so it's maybe just my driving, but pace dropped off a bit. Yeah, they don't give you any resistance, do they? They just recenter. So yeah, once you've got the rig, then you can also have pedals like Hykinsville, because if you want Hykinsville pedals or Fanatec V3s or even Thrustmaster TCLMs, I'm pretty sure they can be mounted to rigs. You do not really want, I think the Thrustmaster and the Fanatec load cells you could put on the floor, but you don't really want to, because they'll move around a lot and you have so much more resistance with them. You do not want them to be moving. So if you have a rig first, then you can get those pedals and they won't move, or you can also get ones like the Hykinsfield that have to be mounted to a rig. So yeah, it's definitely nice if you can get a rig first. What rig are you looking at getting? Do you have one in mind yet, or are you just going to see if there's any good deals? Ah, right, yeah. Well, you do get a lot of different rigs now. You get some that fold up and things like that. Some good Space Saber rigs. You can get an all-in-one unit. That's also quite good for saving space. You know, one that's got the rig like aluminium profile, the monitor stand built in onto it, and then the PC stand built onto the back of it. So it's quite compact. Those ones are quite good. Just for saving space. And then obviously if that's too much space, you've also got ones like the Next Level Racing rigs that fold up, things like that. The only thing with those ones is they tend to have a bit more flex. That's the only thing with foldable rigs, is they often end up with more flex. But there is some, if you get a good one. I think you do get some now that are foldable, but they don't have a bunch of flex, which is really nice, because you do not want your rig to be flexing a lot, because you lose a lot of your force feedback. Oh no! Final track limit warning. How did I cut a rouge and I didn't get a track limit warning, and then I go slightly wide on that left-hander and I get a track limit warning? How does that work? Like, I go slightly wide, gain a tiniest bit of time, get a track limit warning, and then I completely cut a corner and I don't get a track limit warning. I must have thought I didn't gain time there, but I'm sure I gained time, because I would have had to lift off the throttle and brake to make that corner with that understeer. But I just lifted off a little bit and then went across the track. So I'm surprised I didn't get a warning there. Yeah, aluminium rigs are really good for the stability. You can get an aluminium rig. And do have a good look around. Digital Motorsports, if you find anything in there, that's what I use for my pedals. I've got an affiliate link for them as well. But the only thing with Digital Motorsports is if you're in the UK, you've got to pay import tax. So you do have to watch with the prices. That's why they seem a bit lower. Another good place is G2 Omega. That's where I've got my rig from. They've got aluminium rigs as well. They're really good, fairly good pricing as well. And I believe it's the SimLab rigs are also quite good on the price. I can't remember if that's right, if it's SimLab or not. I think it's SimLab. Not sure. But there is another one that's also quite good on the price. And yeah, second-hand car seat, even if you just go to a scrapyard, if you've got any scrapyards near you, and just look for a car that has a comfy seat and just take it. Because it doesn't take a lot of modification if you have an aluminium rig to make it compatible. It doesn't take much. Just a few, pardon me, a few bits of aluminium or brackets. But yeah, if you go to a scrapyard, you'll probably get a seat for quite cheap. Just make sure you don't set off any airbags when you take it out. But yeah, the car seats are really comfortable. This seat now, for me, that I'm running is just the old GT Omega racing seats, because I think they've released new ones now. But this was their last ones, the leather ones. And it's fairly comfortable. It took a while, I would say, to break in almost. Like when I first got it, it wasn't that comfortable, whereas now the foam's a bit softer than that and it feels a lot more comfortable for long stints. The only thing I really dislike about this seat is the ventilation. Because it's leather, it just, you don't get any ventilation, so if you're driving for a long period of time, that can get a bit irritating. But apart from that, the actual comfort aspect of it is really nice. But yeah, definitely a second-hand car seat. Saves you a lot of money and they are really comfortable. What position do you get, Luciano? P10, well done. Luciano got P10. Fantastic job, mate. Oh, no way. I'm gonna have a look at the replay. I didn't report getting spun last week, but I'm gonna report those getting spun there, because it's the second week in a row and I'm getting tired of getting rammed. But yeah, did you get spun on the second last lap? Luciano's fighting for P7 and got spun on the second last lap. That is gutting. Well, I'm actually fairly happy with P16, considering I got spun at P31 on lap 1. That was a lot of overtaking, so, and 6 seconds of damage. I will take that. But yeah, I will have a look at the replay now, because I'm not too pleased with that. Dalking 16.9 race pace in the Aston. That's impressive. Fastest non-Aston driver. That is very impressive. I'm gonna have a look at the replay on my stream. Have a look. I'll screen share on. Sorry. All right, no worries. Well done tonight. Bit gutting about. I think so, yeah. Nice, me too. No idea. I didn't look, to be honest. But yeah. Alright. Didn't check either. But yeah. Oh, if it's Kailami, that's good, because we need to practice for pre-qual. Alright. You too, Luciano. Take care. Bye. Just saying goodbye to my teammate there, guys. He's going off now. But yeah, he got P10 after getting spun on the second last lap, so we'll have a look at the replay now. Digital Motorsports have some quite nice brands on offer. Yes, they do. They are quite good at that. Like I say, if you do fancy anything from there, I could send you my affiliate link if you like. But the only thing you do have to watch is the... what's the word now? The import tax. If you're in the UK, I had to pay import tax when they got delivered. Perfect. Thank you very much. But yeah, that is one thing you do have to watch, is that the import tax. If you're in the UK. So like, I think I had to pay 20%. Which is fine, because I would have to pay that if I bought it from here, but you just have to watch when comparing prices that you remember that's why those prices are cheaper on Digital Motorsports, because they don't have the VAT, I think it is. Right, so here on lap 1, right, this is a bit gutting, but what happened here? So coming into first corner, I don't want to send it 3 wide. My teammate's on the inside. I don't want to pinch him onto the inside curb and cause crash. Rule number 1, don't crash into your teammate. So I kind of play it safe here and back out a bit. My teammate looks like he's going to send it here, so I think okay, I'm going to stay kind of in the middle of the lane, try to get past this Aston, just braking early because it's lap 1, you want to be cautious. And I don't know what's going to happen in front of me. See something happening with that Honda as well, there. And then, as predicted, something happens with this Porsche. He gets spun, or does... yeah, has a bit of an incident. And then I just quite clearly get completely punted in the rear. I'm taking it easy for this corner, and I just get punted, to be honest. What I wanted to do here was, as soon as I saw this bit here, I was like, if I continue on this line, I'm just going to end up in him. So I need to hold the brakes and get on the right hand side to avoid it, and I just got punted by the Aston. But to be honest, it didn't look like he was going to make the corner, that Aston. Let's have a look at the replay here. I think he was just trying to be optimistic and send it here, to be honest. Late braking. That's... He didn't even try to make the corner. He just went straight on to avoid it. Yeah, he's tapping his brakes. I don't know, to me that seems a bit very avoidable, to be honest. He could have... It was quite clear I was holding my brakes there, to be honest, as you can see. And there's a crash right in front of me. If we look at his cockpit view, coming into here, it's quite obvious you're going to need to be on the brakes early. There's a crash, you can see, and yeah, to be honest, I think that's just a bit careless from him, to be perfectly honest with you. I think that was just a bit careless. Yeah, I would agree. He doesn't hold his brakes, does he? And first lap, you should be careful there. He wasn't overtaking anyone, there was no one side by side, and he didn't even try to make the corner. He hit me, then went off track, whereas I was trying to stay on the track and avoid the incident. So yeah, to me that's just a bit careless from him, but I will report it this week because I didn't report it last week and then I've been hit again. So yeah, but oh, look at this, guys. This is the wheelie. Watch this. You can't actually see it very well, but it felt horrible. I wonder if we've got a better angle of this. Maybe I need to use the drone camera. Oh look, you can see the front wheels. See this? You can't see it that clearly. Maybe let me get my controller so we can look at the drone camera. Oh dear, nearly took my plane down there. Yeah, free cam. I need my controller because I've set it up in the game code to accept a controller. So I can't actually use it with just my keyboard, but yeah, as you can see, oh my goodness, are the back wheels on? Yeah, the back wheels are on, but quite clearly the front wheels are not on the track, as you can see. So that, as soon as I went up on two wheels, I could just immediately feel I had no steering. And it's, as you can see, we're doing 236 kilometers, and then I feel like I had no steering, which is very scary, as you can imagine. So yeah, that was a bit sketchy. I thought I was going to go into the wall there, to be perfectly honest. Now I want to have a look at Luciano's spin, and then we'll finish up the stream. Where's Luciano's spin? I think he said second last lap or something. He got spun round, I think he said by the SOP McLaren. McLaren? The SOP Aston, that's what it was. It was the Aston. Right. One moment, guys. Right. Let's have a look now at Luciano's spin. I think he said second last lap. Yep, I think this said it was the SOP. Oh man, he had P10, P9, P8, P7 all right in front of him. See what you mean? That would have been fantastic battling. So what happened to him? I think, wasn't this lap? But yeah, he's basically fighting for. He was fighting for P7 at one point. So where did he get spun by the Assetto? Where did he get spun? Unless it was it earlier? No. Where was it? Was it this lap? Is the Honda NSX GT3? Yeah, it's a very good car. Some tracks it's not great at, but in general it's... Oh... I don't know about that one. I think the Honda, the Aston went wide there and tried to hold the inside line. Luciano was entitled to the corner, but the Honda still had a bit alongside Luciano. I would say that's 75 on the Aston, 25 on Luciano. I don't know. But yeah, the Honda is a good car, a very good car at a lot of tracks. Some tracks it's not the best at. But yeah, just to have a look. I would say that's an a grey element feature. It is a very unsafe rejoin by him, because as you see, quite clearly goes wide. He's lucky that he didn't go completely across the curbing there. He's lucky that he actually stayed just on the curbing there. So I would say that is a bit of an unsafe rejoin, in my opinion. But could Luciano have maybe left a bit of room? I don't know, to be honest, but yeah. Look here, he goes deep, but he's still technically still on the track, so but yeah, that is a shame for Luciano. But yeah, I think they both could have avoided that. Aston should have backed out. Luciano could have maybe left him a touch of room, but as you can see, Luciano's nearly completely ahead at the point of contact. So to me, most of that blame's on the Aston here, because Luciano's so far ahead going into the apex. But Luciano could have maybe left a little bit of room, but it's just one of those things. At least they didn't lose too much there, so could have been a lot worse. But yeah, just unfortunate. Yeah, you too. Have a good evening. I think I'm just going to close up the stream there, guys. But as always, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you guys again next time.